for all those people that attacked me on TikTok, the thousands of idiots out there that said that it doesn't make any sense why Zach LaVine would be a part of a trade for DeAaron Fox. Well, guys, you were wrong. Now, I was wrong that DeAaron Fox would go to Chicago. It made a lot of sense that if Chicago was looking for a superstar to play in Donovan's offense, he would have been the perfect guy because he fits the mold of what Billy Donovan is looking for in his strength of his offense. So I didn't understand that. But what I do know now is Chicago is going to rebuild through the draft. They're going to start over. I think now it tells me that they're going to probably sell or trade DeRozan, and they're going to start completely over. All these guys are going to be gone, and they're going to rebuild with Billy Donovan. Now, I look at DeAaron Fox going to the Spurs, Wembanyama, and he's a superstar. DeAaron Fox playing with a big man that talented. This could be unbelievable. This could be the Utah Jazz, the Karl Malone and John Stockton. Now, obviously, Karl Malone was a 4, and Wembanyama is a very talented 7'5" big man. Nevertheless, that was a dynamic duo. To me, when you look at this combination, it is a unique combination. Is it going to work in the NBA? Is it going to work in the Western Conference with OKC dominating the way they are? Memphis getting better now with Ja Morant back. Is Memphis going to make a trade? Is Memphis going to put somebody on, kind of reevaluate how this team is going to be before the trade deadline is over? I look at it this right now. I do like it. I like it for Sacramento. I'm going to tell you why. Sacramento bringing in Zach LaVine. If it works out, you got him and Sabonis. That's what you have. You have a guy that's acrobatic. If you want to re-sign him, you decide to do with him. Or in the offseason, you give him an extension and then you trade him. Get something back for him. And then you have all this cap room, all this money room where you can add players to Sabonis. Or you could trade Sabonis and rebuild this organization once again. I don't think they're going to do that. I do believe DeAaron Fox didn't want to be there. And DeAaron Fox just said, I want out. I'm not going to be the number one guy. Sabonis is the number one guy. I want to go somewhere where I'm the number one guy. But guess what? You're going to the Spurs where you're still number 2. How long is that going to work? Is it going to work? And I don't want to hear about Popovich. Popovich is old. He's old. He's not going to be there that much longer. And is it going to work now? Is Popovich going to be able to get over the hump? This isn't Tim Duncan. This isn't Manu Ginobili. This isn't the talent that they had over there. They don't have that talent. So I'm going to tell you this right now. As much as everybody thinks that this makes sense, it fits, this is another trade that has you scratching your head. The only team, I'm going to tell you this right now, the team that's going to be credited and they're going to benefit off of this is the Chicago Bulls. That's the team that's going to benefit from this deal. Why? Because you're getting a ton of draft stock. You don't know if the Spurs are going to work. You don't know if it's going to work in Sacramento, and they just stole a bunch of picks. So those could be lottery picks, and they're going to get a lot of lottery picks now because this team's going to crap out. OKC. Remember when Kevin Durant left, Russell Westbrook left, James Harden? This team was so talented for 4 years, and then they all wanted to be gone. One guy left, and another guy left, and another guy left, and then they had to rebuild, and everybody's like, where's this team going to go? What are we going to do? Well, they built around the draft. How many first-round draft picks did they get? A ton of them. They still have a ton of them. And look what they have on that team. They have Shai Alexander, one of the best offensive options right now in the NBA. Probably the best all-around point guard in the NBA. Guard, point guard, wherever you want to put him. Then they have this kid Williams. He's a 2, he's a 3. They have a tremendous amount of talent that you can spread all over the floor. And why do they have all this talent? Let's see. Let's go back in time. What they did is they realized they couldn't win with Kevin Durant, James Harden, and Russell Westbrook. So what did they do? They said, you know what? We're going to just rebuild. We're going to figure things out. It's going to take a couple of years. We'll build from that. We'll add player after player, and maybe we'll bring a superstar to come and play with the young options. Now they're doing it. They brought a big man in the offseason from the New York Knicks. He's finally healthy. Hartenstein's been unbelievable when he's in that lineup. This team is the best, and I don't care what the Cleveland Cavaliers, and I shout out to the Cleveland Cavaliers. When the playoffs start, are you going to bet on the Cleveland Cavaliers right now in the Eastern Conference? I would not. I think the Knicks are better. I think the Boston Celtics are better. And I love Donovan Mitchell. They're not better than those two teams. Right now, they started the season strong. They'll probably have the best record in the league. It's not going to make a difference. And I love their coach because he's from Long Island. So I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys. What I see right now when it comes to this trade is pretty simple. DeAaron Fox wanted out. He's going to go to a team where he thinks that he's going to be more an option over there. He's not going to be. He's not going to be happy over there. LaVine, we all know what he is. He's a hothead who thinks that he's better than he is. He's a jammer. He's a three-point shooter. He can do all that stuff, but he don't play defense. It's not going to work over there in Sacramento. He'll probably go to Miami next year. That's what Miami likes to do. So I don't like this trade. As a matter of fact, I think it all works out for Chicago. For you guys to sit here back, and Mike, I'm going to tell you this right now. Job, I'll tell you, and Speedy, we'll go back in time probably 4 years from now, and we go back to this trade. You're going to see that Chicago won on this trade out of all three teams.